everyone, Tiala Rising here from homeschoolliterature.com. I have a new book review for you. This is a book in our middle school category, and it's Mary of the Mayflower by Diane Stevenson Stone. This book is told from a Christian point of view as it covers the Pilgrim's journey from Holland and England to the New World. The book starts with Mary Chilton as a small child, and it quickly covers ground between then and when she's 14 about when they're starting to think about traveling to the New World with other pilgrims. One of my favorite aspects of this book is how well-rounded and just very full the story felt. It was a historical fiction, and so obviously a lot of research went into the writing of this book, and I can tell that it was very well done, very well researched, and it feels real. It doesn't feel like certain historical fictions that I've read before where it's just kind of dry and it feels like they're just trying to tell the history and making it into fiction, but it still feels just like a history book. This actually feels like a story and just a really engaging fiction book. There's some parts of the book that are still kind of dry and stilted, but honestly the majority of the book is well developed and captivating, and I enjoyed it. It definitely kept my attention. This was the first book that I've read about the Mayflower voyage in which Mary actually felt like a real girl. I feel like all the other books that I've read, it just kind of tells her story without actually showing her as a real person, and this book definitely captured her as a girl who was very real and had likes and dislikes and a sense of humor and a fiery spirit. She wanted women to be treated better, to learn how to read and write, and to be able to have a say in decisions that were being made. And I just love how she came alive in this book. The author did a fantastic job at showing that this isn't just a fictional character and this isn't just somebody that you read about in a history book, but rather she was a person with feelings and desires and ambitions. The pacing of this book was pretty slow, but honestly I feel like that's just because the book is based on a long sea voyage, so there really isn't that much you can do about the pacing of that because the story is about their trip. But still, every single chapter had lots of adventures and just activities and moments that were written very well to keep the reader's attention. The author is an excellent writer. I felt like many parts of this story were extremely well written, with lots of metaphors and similes and just extremely descriptive language that evoked all of the senses, and it was beautifully written. There's some parts that were, like I said before, a little bit dry, but most of the book was beautifully written. I'm quite impressed by how history was brought to life in this book, and I definitely recommend it for any study about the Mayflower and the Pilgrims. It's certainly the best book that I've read about this part of history, and I will be recommending it to people in the future. It was captured beautifully. So once again, this is Tiala Rising with homeschoolliterature.com. The book is Mary of the Mayflower by Diane Stevenson Stone. Go check it out.